A major weather event is heading to southeastern Australia for the second half of this week. We're expecting widespread rain, gale force winds, massive swells and significant snow. Let's find out what's going to cause this extreme weather. Taking a look at the chart, we've got a front that's heading out into the Tasman Sea, but another front is hot on its heels. Now this front will surge north. Behind it, cold polar air, which will lead to the formation of a low pressure system on Thursday over southeastern Australia, and it is this low that will bring widespread severe weather to the southeast during the second half of this week. There are many parts of this weather event. We'll start with the rainfall. Firstly, we'll have showers clearing from the southeast on Tuesday as front number 1 moves away, and then we wait for front number 2. It should hit the southern coastline on Wednesday night. As it moves in, we'll have a burst of rain, and with that rain, strong winds developing, but the strongest winds will follow the front, and the heaviest rain also not developing until Thursday, and that's as this area of low pressure forms up. Now take a look at the forecast rain. Where the winds are onshore is where you'll have the heaviest falls on Thursday, so perhaps southern Tasmania, and is suddenly bringing some heavy rain to southern parts of South Australia and perhaps far western Victoria, but fairly widespread showers spreading right through Victoria and also the central and southern parts of New South Wales. And the winds will be picking up. The red arrows show the strongest winds. It looks like for Thursday and early Friday, the strongest winds will be South Australia and perhaps the southern tip of Tasmania. Let's keep going with the weather system then. As we move through Friday, the strongest winds will start shifting towards the east across Victoria and perhaps into New South Wales, but still gale force winds across Tasmania and heavy rain continuing in a southeasterly airstream for eastern and southern Tasmania. Heavy rain possible for southern Victoria and good falls for the inland part of New South Wales. Eventually, our low pressure system hits the Tasman Sea, where it therefore becomes an east coast low, and as a result, the worst weather over the weekend, perhaps even migrating to the eastern parts of New South Wales. Okay, how much rain can we expect from this system? Well, it's too early to say for sure exactly how much we'll see in each district, but there is the potential for well over 100 millimetres of rain, that darker shading through the eastern parts of Tasmania, and that's if our low pressure system forms up in Bass Strait, because winds move clockwise around lows, and as a result you'll have onshore winds for eastern Tasmania. And that's where we'll see heavy rain. Also good falls in excess of 50 millimetres likely for southern parts of Victoria, possibly including Melbourne, but good falls of at least 20 millimetres for coastal districts of South Australia and also through northeast Victoria and the southern inland of New South Wales. We are not expecting significant rain at this stage along the New South Wales coast. Sydney, for example, there's a pretty good chance we'll pick up less than 10 millimetres of rain over the next week. But further south, enough rain there to perhaps trigger flash flooding, but also some river flooding. Now, temperatures will plummet once this front moves through. Between Wednesday and Friday, we should see a drop of around 10 degrees in most areas. Before the front arrives, we'll have a northwesterly airstream, and Wednesday will be quite a warm day. The yellow shading shows temperatures climbing above 20 degrees. Let's fast forward 24 hours. That front's already moved through the southeast, and you can see in the middle of the afternoon there on Thursday, temperatures below 10 degrees along the ranges, that darker blue and through inland Tasmania. The cold air eventually reaching the New South Wales coastline by the time we hit Friday. So Friday afternoon, a bitterly cold day for southeastern Australia. Again, this darker blue covering southern New South Wales, much of Victoria and Tasmania shows single-digit maximum temperatures, and obviously the nighttime temperatures will be even colder. So a burst of wintry weather on the way, and that means snow, since we're combining precipitation and low temperatures. We're expecting the front initially to hit the Alps on Thursday. We'll have snow coming through, and then our cut-off low pressure system will maintain snow into Friday and Saturday. Looks like at the moment that snow level will be around 900 or 1,000 metres. Definitely cold enough for snow across the Alps, but we could even see snow around the central tablelands of New South Wales, perhaps even the higher Grampian ranges and through some inland parts of Tasmania, and the snow will gradually ease off through the weekend. Just finally, here is the national picture then. As we move through the weekend, there is our low pressure system gradually moving towards the east. Most of the severe weather should have cleared up by later on Sunday, and early next week that low will move further away from the coast, although still some light showers continuing over the southeast. Further north, we're expecting a mostly dry week through the interior of Australia.
The volcano on the Big Island has been causing a lot of trouble in the last few days, with lava flows spreading right across a large portion of the Leilani estates. And so this has been engulfing people's homes and cars, and it's led to a lot of people having to leave their homes and evacuate to higher ground, as well as that lava is flowing down. But I want to explain to you what the weather impacts are from having a volcano erupting and seeing all of this volcanic ash moving up and into the atmosphere. And so with that, we've now got a fair bit of poisonous gases spreading across a large portion of the eastern parts of the Big Island, and so large areas have to be completely evacuated due to the ash and the poisonous gases. But thankfully we're not seeing the worst impacts that we could see, so thankfully there are no lava flows that are going into the ocean, because when that kind of thing happens, you see hydrochloric acid being produced and then rising in the air as a gas and lingering near the coastal areas. So if that kind of thing happened, that would be very bad news, because when you have hydrochloric acid and also sulfuric acid in the air, that can lead to acid rain developing when there are showers and storms across parts of the region.